We are still tracking a major Hurricane Milton as it is inching closer and closer to Florida. We do have the opportunity this morning to speak with the National Hurricane Center. That's Director Michael Brennan right now. Thank you, Director Brennan, for joining us. I want to dive into all of this. I want to start, though, with a tweet. This was from the National Weather Service in Tampa. They said if the storm stays on its current track, it will be the worst storm to impact the Tampa area in over 100 years. So certainly serious.
Yeah.
What can folks in the Tampa area expect here?
Well, you know, in the Tampa area, you're going to expect the potential for significant life-threatening storm surge, devastating storm surge, 10 to 15 feet of inundation from, say, Clearwater down to Sarasota, where we have that storm surge warning in effect, with the core of a major hurricane making landfall as well, with the potential for devastating hurricane force winds, life-threatening flooding from the combination of the surge and the heavy rainfall. So it's really going to be a very, very dangerous, perhaps one of the most impactful hurricanes that's ever hit West Central Florida.
And tell me about the uniqueness of Tampa and the aspect of kind of wedged between Tampa and St. Pete there. You've got that water there that can kind of come ashore. You've got a number of bridges. Tell me about the storm surge threat there and what folks can expect in terms of that.
Yeah, this is our storm surge warning area. You can see it basically in the dark pink here. Basically includes the whole perimeter of Pinellas County, much of Hillsborough County, down to Sarasota, Bradenton. And you can see it's not just right along the immediate coast, but it extends well inland along the coastline of these bays and rivers. So you've got many hundreds of thousands to millions of people at risk of life-threatening inundation here in this particular location.
And that's why we know the urge really has been for those evacuations. We know this is one of the largest evacuations done in several years because of a storm. Just, you know, from an outside perspective, someone who's not a meteorologist, I feel like we've had so many storms here, strong ones in the Gulf and ones that have really rapidly intensified. Any insight into why we're seeing that specifically with these Gulf storms?
Well, the conditions in the Gulf are very favorable, unfortunately, for that kind of rapid intensification. Water temperatures are above normal, but the atmospheric conditions have been very favorable for that intensification, like we saw with both Helene and now with Milton. And even though we're expecting the peak winds to decrease with Milton, it's going to grow with size. The size of the wind field is expected to double before it reaches landfall here along the west central coast of Florida tomorrow evening or tomorrow night.
All right, this is just not good for that Gulf Coast. Director Brennan, thank you so much for your insights. Stay safe.